from the day you got fired, how many days prior to that was when you questioned Hillary Clinton?
Oh, I think it was 4. I think I questioned her on a Thursday and lost my job on a Sunday.
Oh, I didn't know that. So 4 days after you questioned Hillary Clinton.
So what happened there was, and I've spoken about this with Sonny recently, that we were like, no one really understood what happened there, and I don't know if it's attributed to the Hillary Clinton interview. I really don't. I have no idea.
What year was this?
16, 17? It's right around there.
She was
right when
still running for president,
Yes.
or after she lost?
No, it was after she lost.
After she lost, she wrote a book called
Right.
What Happened. It was the first live appearance she did on The View, and she asked the question.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw that.
Which was
I
a
asked
pointed
the question.
Yeah.
I had just re-upped like that summer. You had to, like I said, they had to renew you. Even though you had a 3-year contract, they had to renew you. So I signed the paperwork. I was like, okay, I guess I'm in for another year. And that's the way I view this business. You never know. You could be out tomorrow, So I was like, okay, in for another year. I asked what I thought was a pretty benign question. I asked her, I said, listen, you're acting like you're surprised that Trump won, but it sounds a little tone deaf to me, because I was talking to people around the country who were disgusted with a lot of what was going on. Like, looking back, do you see that maybe these people voted because they didn't like what was happening in the prior administration? I thought that was a pretty fair question. Her face said otherwise. I didn't even get to ask about her emails, which was really what I wanted. There was a little bit of panic at the show that day, because I was like, well, can we show here that she signed a piece of paper that said she knows what these classifications mean, and she's denied that she knew them, but her signature, and they were like, I wouldn't do that. There was a little bit of worry that it was going to be combative.
But don't they like that? Is that like the whole point of the View? They want to see controversy?
No, I think the perception is that, but actually, I think there's a lot of protection that goes on shows like that for political figures, for point of views. So I didn't get to that, but I asked the tone deaf question, and then 4 days later, I actually got a call from someone who worked in media. I think it was Oliver Darcy, actually, if I'm not mistaken, who called me and was like, "There's a rumor that like Meghan McCain's taking your job," and I was like, oh, well, that can't be. I was like, what? And I wrote my producer, and he was like, oh, we'll get on it. PR. I don't even think the EP of the show knew. No one knew. The EP of the show.
So this came from the higher ups.
This came from super high.
This is not EP.
No.
Okay.
And my EPs, like Candy and Brian, were like really quite nice to me, and were like, listen, I don't know. And I believed them, and I still believe them, because I really do. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's related to that. I don't know if that was the icing on the cake. I don't know if there were talks going on, and then suddenly someone decided, oh, great, and also that interview didn't help. I don't really know. It's just the timing seemed so odd to me.
So when did you sign the next year?
It was in the summer.
Summer. How many weeks or months before the Hillary Clinton?
It was in August. I don't remember. It was several weeks before that.
Oh, so this is fresh. So you signed. It's not like it's 6 months.
No,
it's several weeks.
It was several weeks.
Got it. So they had already committed to having you on for another year.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like behind closed doors that we're talking to Meghan on.
Listen, maybe for all I know. I mean, there are people that have since been fired from there that were doing pretty horrible things. That's come out in the news. Who I think probably were being underhanded about it in many ways. I don't know what conversations were and weren't going on. It kind of changed my perception of media, because I always felt like a contract was a contract. Yeah. And all of a sudden I realized, which was helpful for the future, okay, you're here today, you could be gone tomorrow. So just keep that in mind.
Some people would say, just be happy you're sitting here, because maybe you pissed off the wrong person, because there's certain people in politics you don't piss off because they have a reputation, That's right. And that reputation is a multidimensional type of a reputation, if you know what I'm talking about.
I piss everyone off, so I'm in bad shape. Maybe I'll come work here,
But we would love you here. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.